going on?
Thank you so much.
Pay like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ. You up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. Babcock here. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs had their baby. Big news for the couple. Obviously, they are one of the hottest, one of the biggest couples in all of sports and entertainment. And as we have talked about here on the show, they were expecting a baby. And what do you know it? Cardi B had the baby late last week. Now, last night, Stefon Diggs played Lucas for the first time since said baby was born, and he had a nice game. The New York Jets lose once again. No, I shouldn't say lose once again. They had won 2 games in a row, but the Patriots came in with 8 wins. They're one of the better teams in the league. Drake May is just balling, and behind, again, a nice performance by Stefon Diggs.
Yes, and just to clarify, no, Diggs did not miss the birth to play against the Jets.
People thought that. They're like, what the hell? This guy is literally playing in a football game when his girl's having a baby? No.
Right, and especially not going to be a close game to begin with. It is against the Jets. But he did have a great game, like you said, Babcock. 9 catches, 105 yards. I'm sure he would have loved to have that touchdown. But a great night overall for Diggs and for Cardi B. And, of course, Cardi addressed it on social media, gave TMZ a shout-out for not breaking it and letting her do it first.
Right.
But she said, my life has always been a combination of different chapters and different seasons. My last chapter was at the beginning of a new season. Starting over is never easy, but it's been so worth it. It brought new music and a new album to the world, a new baby into my world, and one more reason to be the best version of me. One more reason to love me, and more than anything else or anyone else, so I can continue giving my babies the love and life they deserve. And of course, we got the video of Cardi B in the gym earlier on Thursday.
I'm shocked she's already back in the gym.
She's getting ready for that big tour of hers. So a lot going on the football field and on the stage for these two.
Mojo, there's a couple things here. One, and we saw Cardi, and it just tells you how far along she was when she was with Robert Kraft in the owner's booth, and she was having a blast at that game when she went to Foxborough. But she was very, very far along in this pregnancy. I am shocked, Mojo, that she was in a public gym, and just a couple of days after giving birth. She is an enormous superstar. That goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I was shocked that she's at like a Planet Hollywood, or not Planet Hollywood, that's a restaurant. She was at like a Planet Fitness. Shows you how much I go to the gym.
I'm not shocked one bit, my friends, and let me tell you why. You don't achieve that much success by accident. I'm not saying she's a pro athlete for a living like her dude here,
right?
But even as a performer, I mean, you're nonstop. You're around the clock. You're efficient with your time. One thing ends, you're on to the next thing right away. So I'm not surprised that she was back in the gym from the jump. Also, wasn't her first kid, so this ain't her first rodeo. She knows her body at this point, and she's a pusher, man. I mean, that's really impressive stuff. So hats off to them. Congrats to them. I got to address something too, fellas. We talked about Stefon Diggs maybe getting a little bit of heat because maybe he was missing the birth of his child to attend a football game. I know you're going to get heat for that as being a parent, but when you're a pro athlete, I hate to say it, but this is what you sign up for.
Yeah.
Your fan base, your team, they're not going to care about your personal life when everyone's careers, everyone's livelihoods, the future of their children are on the line, and you are wide receiver 1, and your team is trying to cruise for a first round bye. Like, that can dictate the entire season. So I hate to say it, but a lot of times as a pro athlete, you have to miss things that are very, very personal to you. I mean, my time in the NFL, my 10 years in WWE, I can't even tell you how many personal moments that I missed. Siblings, weddings, and, birth of family members, all of these things. Luckily, I never had to miss the birth of my own child. That would have been a tough one. But I've seen circumstances where other people had to do that. You've seen a lot of pro wrestlers back in the day say that they were literally fired for missing a show to attend the birth of their children. I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of the world we live in. I would love for that to change, but it's just not a reality. So Stefon Diggs, if that would have been the situation, and of course, we've already said, don't think it was, your hands are tied in these. So either way, Congratulations to the couple. That's fantastic. Both of them rocking and rolling. Stefon Diggs balled out last night. Cardi B crushed it in the gym. There's no stopping one of America's favorite couples.
Stefon Diggs was there for the birth, so who knows if he would have missed it if the game. He didn't have to make that decision, so it does not matter. I will say this, though. He did catch some heat for something that happened last night. There was a catch that Stefon Diggs makes. It was a big third down play. He gets the first down. Watch what he does with this football here. So first down, a little souvenir. He tossed it to a cheerleader. Some people have said, hey, Stefon Diggs, man, why are you giving the ball to the cheerleader? They've perceived this to have been him flirting with her. I don't know. He might have had to answer a question or two, though, after the game when Cardi B called him. All right, we're sticking with the New England Patriots, who, like we said, became the first 9-win team in the entire NFL with the Thursday night victory over the New York Jets. I get it, Drake May, he's probably the MVP. He's definitely the best story in the league. But I think you've got to give a ton of credit for this Patriots turnaround to Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, of course, was a great Patriot during his time there, and now as the head coach has completely turned this football team around. 9 wins in 11 games. You know how many wins they had the last 2 seasons? They had 8 wins total. Have already surpassed that through less than 3/4 of the season. So they are rolling in New England. A guy who knows Mike Vrabel well because he played with him, friends with him for many, many years, is former Patriots star cornerback Asante Samuel. Now, while a lot of football fans, while a lot of Patriots fans even may be shocked at what's happening up there, Asante's not.
I spent a lot of time with Mike Vrabel, man. Mike Vrabel is an authentic guy. He understands leadership. And one thing about Mike Vrabel, he's not going to change for pretty much anyone, you know. He means the best, right? And with that being said, you know, his heart is good, and he's going like I heard everyone speaking on television. I heard the commentators talking about he pours into his players. He pours into his work, you know, and that's the type of leader they have over there. He's an awesome guy. He's an awesome player, you know, and he was like a big brother to me, you know what I mean? Me coming in to the NFL, usually I wasn't used to having a big brother white guy, you know what I mean? But man, he was just like us, man, and you know, he was a great guy, man, just a great leader, great guy to learn from, a great guy to gain some wisdom from, you know?
How the Titans fired him, Dylan?
Oh
I don't know.
gosh.
Dylan's a big Patriots fan.
Big Patriots fan. And I mean, yeah, you said it at the top that Drake May is getting so much shine.
Yeah.
He is the front runner for the MVP right now. But Mike Vrabel is the front runner for the coach of the year right now for turning this team around.
Yeah.
And like he
I
just
don't even know who else they give it to.
like
you know what
I mean, this Steichen, I believe,
Right,
is
yeah,
number
okay, that's a
2.
good
The
story,
Colts
yeah.
is a good story. But I mean, just the way you see Mike Vrabel week after week, really pouring into his guys. They do this thing where he waits for them in the tunnel after each game, hugging each guy, firing them up. Like, I've been a Patriots fan my whole life, and of course in the Bill Belichick era, love all those rings. But I mean, this is clearly a different era for New England, and I mean, he's got 250 wins to catch, Bill.
Right, he got a couple bits to go.
He is off to an amazing start, and the Titans must be kicking themselves.
They've got to be. I mean, what a boneheaded decision to get rid of this guy. I think everybody knew this guy was a great head coach. And even while he was in Tennessee, it was very clear. Just feels so different from Gerard Mayo, and no disrespect to him, and he was a heck of a good player. But it just feels like a completely different organization now. And I mean, they're on their way to the number 1 seed. They're on their way to a bye, Dylan. And
getting that AFC East right back to New England.
Nobody,
where it belongs.
you go back like 5-6 weeks, there's nobody, I think, that would have thought that the Patriots and not the Bills would be leading this division right now. And I mean, the sky's the limit for them. Can they win a Super Bowl this year? I mean, I don't know, but they sure look pretty good right now.
The best joke going on online right now is there are a lot of 5-year-olds in New England who have not seen this Patriots team be dominant.
The poor kids.
And Mike Vrabel is bringing it back. I love it.
You
Love
feel
you,
bad
Mike.
for those kids. Up next, Kevin Love talks life after basketball. The NBA star tells us what team he wants to go into the Hall of Fame as when TMZ Sports comes back right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Babcock and Lucas here. Kevin Love, he is, what is he now, Lucas? 37 years old. He is in his 18th season in the NBA, and he has been, for this generation, undoubtedly one of the best, one of the most, the best all-around players, Lucas. The guy's won a championship. I mean, there is not much that Kevin Love hasn't accomplished. Will he be a Hall of Famer? I think that is a question that is... It's a fun debate for basketball fans, and you at least, you got somebody's take on this. You got Kevin's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Kevin didn't say outright, I'm going to be a Hall of Famer, but he has talked about and thought about what it would be like. And while some people are questioning whether this is his last season in the NBA, if he were to hang it up right now, so many people would say he is for sure a Hall of Famer. Now, he says... there's a lot of recognitions and acknowledgments and things that come with retirement. And yes, I have thought about those things. One in particular is if I do make it into the Hall of Fame, this is how I would like to be welcomed in.
Your time in there was so important. What would it mean to you to have your number 0 jersey retired among, all the greats that have played for that franchise?
Oh, I mean a lot. I mean, there's so many, historic names that are up there. Whether it's, obviously LeBron, Kyrie, those guys will go up there, but Nate Thurman, Bingo Smith, Austin Carr, Sejunas Ilgauskas, it's just Larry Nance. And there's just so many names up there that it would truly be an honor to go up there. And listen, if I were ever to make it and to go into the Hall of Fame, I would go in as a Cavalier, and I think that is I take a lot of pride in that.
Okay. And as a Cavalier, where he won a championship, I think, the Hall of Fame oftentimes it's the last moment for a great athlete. And I think that's why it's so important and to be recognized with the absolute best of the best. It is meaningful to these players. And I think you can tell that. You can hear it in Kevin's answer.
It is. And like I said earlier, people have been wondering, he goes over to Utah and... Is it the end for Kevin Love?
Yeah.
He hasn't been playing every game this season and things like that, but he said, and the reason why I talked to him, Shift Naturals, is something that helps him recover after long days on and off the court. He told me he doesn't necessarily think this is his last season, and he could possibly play 1 or 2 more. So this might not be the actual end of Kevin Love, but he also did say, look, I understand, my athletic mortality is going to come. So he said, I have thought about what it's going to be like after I play, and I think ultimately this might be the last season, but he's not going to break that news to TMZ Sports.
Right. Well, hey, you never know. What's crazy? That LeBron James is 40 plus years old and still play. Well, not yet, but still in the NBA, still playing at an incredibly high level. 37 years old, Kevin Love, absolutely fantastic career. Will be a Hall of Famer one day. Going as a Cav. Steph Curry making a big change. The NBA superstar making moves off of the court. We'll explain when TMZ Sports returns right after this.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Lucas Widman here. Massive breakup in the NBA. No, LeBron's not leaving for another team. Steph Curry is not leaving the Warriors. No, he is breaking up with Under Armour. A surprise announcement out of the blue. Both sides said it's time to go our separate ways. In a statement, both sides said, look, Steph has his Curry brand. He's going to go independent, and Under Armour is going to focus on, redeveloping their basketball focus within the whole brand. So, if you remember back to 2013, I believe, Steph joined Under Armour. He felt slighted by Nike. He went into that meeting. Nico Harrison is involved in there somewhere, but they built a bit of a huge brand through Stephen Curry, and then he turned out to be one of the biggest names in the NBA. But at the end of 2026, that will be no more, and the Curry brand will go independent. Whether they join forces with another brand, we'll see. But as of right now, they're going to be going solo, and Under Armour, it seems like a very mutual and not ugly breakup at all, Mojo.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Lucas. This one made me sad just a little bit. For real, Under Armour and Steph, they were like this. I mean, this was one of like the biggest, most public endorsement deals in all of sports. I mean, this was a big time arrangement that was mutually beneficial for both parties for so long, almost iconic in that regard. And you know, Under Armour hits close to home for me. The founder of Under Armour played football at Maryland, where I played. He was a walk-on like me. I believe the story also is that he founded Under Armour by tearing out the lining of scuba equipment and selling it out of the trunk of his car on campus when he was a student, which the come-up story there is unbelievable. I was an Under Armour athlete myself for years. All through my football career, obviously, you know, Maryland was sponsored by Under Armour, even the beginning of my wrestling career. So personally, I love this partnership, but all good things must come to an end. He's not going to a legitimate competitor. He's doing his own thing. And I got to say, I love when athletes start their own brands and bet on themselves, kind of keep their money in their own pockets kind of a thing. So, look, Under Armour can't be too devastated by this. They probably just freed up, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many millions of dollars in their marketing budgets that they can use towards other campaigns and other opportunities. Both sides are probably going to be more than fine. It might work out for the best for both people, but again, this was an iconic partnership and two parties that were working together for so long, which, you know, a little bit more rare these days.
Shohei Ohtani wins his 4th unanimous MVP award, but it was his dog Decoy that stole the show. The amazing video is coming your way next on TMZ Sports.
Where can you see huge stars in Hollywood? No, not the planetarium, that's for nerds. We mean the TMZ Celebrity Tour, where we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, Ben Affleck, The Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Lizzo, Lady Gaga, Ryan Seacrest, and Jamie Foxx. You'll learn the secrets of the city and see Hollywood as only TMZ can show you. Buses depart daily from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, so head to TMZTour.com and book your tickets for the TMZ Celebrity Tour.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Babcock and Luca. Shohei Ohtani. Luca, there was no drama. There was zero drama with who was going to win the National League MVP. The AL MVP, that was up for debate. Would it be Aaron Judge? Would it be Cal Raleigh? We'll get to that in just a second. But we knew that Shohei Ohtani was going to win the award. It's his 2nd in a row, Luca. It's his 4th overall. He's won 2 now with the Angels, 2 with the Dodgers. He is, I think, there's not much debate. He's the best baseball player in the world. He's one of the best baseball players ever. We're not going to talk about any of that. We've got to talk about what happened, Luca, once Shohei Ohtani accepted that said NL MVP award last night. Now, it was a nice moment. It was a cool moment. You had Shohei Ohtani, and by the way, Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball, kind of announcing the honors here. You had Shohei Ohtani was sitting on the couch. He had 2 members of his family, we'll call it, Luca, who were right there beside him. He had his beautiful wife, Mamiko, and he had Decoy, the beloved dog. Someone got a kiss. It just might not be who you were expecting. Watch this.
The National League MVP is Shohei Ohtani. All right.
Goes in. I thought he was going in for the kiss, Luke, on Mamiko.
And she kind of goes in for it,
She
too.
does.
You know?
That made it even more embarrassing. Look, she thinks it's... Nope.
Ooh.
Decoy. Big smooch on Decoy's face.
Oh, that's a good boy,
it.
though. That's a good boy.
A real good boy. I don't know what happened later, if Shohei Ohtani's in trouble right now, if he's in...
He might be in the doghouse.
Yeah, he may be... Right. The Decoy is in the bed, and I think Shohei's sleeping outside. So, yeah. What do you think?
Goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. Maybe they were fighting before this. Is that what prompted Shohei? Because, like, he leaned in, and then he pivoted. Yeah. He decoyed to decoy. That's what happened right there. Look, he made eye contact first, like, hey, remember that crap you pulled earlier? Watch what I'm about to do now. I don't know, Babcock. she sold it really well. She played it off.
She did.
Great reaction on her side. That's quick thinking right there. So hats off to her. But my goodness gracious, man, Decoy getting all the love. I don't know. Maybe his relationship with Decoy is more documented this year. I feel like
it is.
we talked about his relationship with his dog more than with his significant other. So maybe there's that. But watch this one, Babcock. After this, no question, Shohei's in the doghouse.
Yeah,
Doghouse.
he is.
Doghouse. Get it?
Decoy is a legitimate star. I mean, he's, I think he's been on bobbleheads before with Shohei Ohtani. He
runs warm-ups with Shohei around the Dodger Stadium.
Right. I mean, the baseball fans, and especially Dodgers fans, they love Decoy. Now, I mentioned Aaron Judge, guys. Let me show you something, because across the country, New York City, Aaron Judge was finding out that he had won AL MVP. He had almost the exact same setup. Aaron Judge was on the couch with his wife, and he doesn't have only one puppy. He's got multiple dogs.
I love a dachshund.
Now, yeah, cute dogs, adorable dogs. Watch this. Okay, dogs are jumping around, kind of excited. A nice kiss on the cheek, right? A hug. I think Aaron Judge has got the right idea here, and I think I know where Aaron Judge, he slept in the bed last night. And again, not exactly sure what happened with Shohei Ohtani. Like, it's might be a cultural thing. I don't know. We're just joking around, obviously. And both of those guys are two of the best baseball players that you will ever see. So congratulations to them, to Shohei, to Aaron Judge. We are out of time, guys. Have a great weekend. There's a ton of big sporting events going down, college football, NFL, Luka. We've got UFC 322. Absolutely. So we're going to have a bunch to talk about on Monday. We'll see you then.
I'm a lawyer.